welcome back everybody. I am still working through a pile of ephemera I shared in my last video, or at least the video that I filmed before this one, which I think the name is going to be Stakeholder. I'll show you an image of it. And I am playing with a similar concept because I'm feeling absurd still, and I'm gonna stay with that absurd feeling. I like these guys, and they may make a way into this next collage. She is my lovely focal point, but we're going to give her a new face, and we're also give her something else to hold. I did this a while back in a video I believe is called Ionia. I'm going to show you that image also. The trick with these kind of collages, when you're removing an object that's obviously a specific size and shape, it's a great challenge and I love it and I welcome it, but nonetheless, it's a little bit of work. So I gotta take into consideration how much space or how big my new image it will need to be. I also did something similar with one of my absolute favorite videos on the channel, which is called Use of Tongue. I'm going to show you that one here in just a second. And I'll try to link all of these videos in the description, so if you want to explore them. The trick with this is there's a lot of tucking, like we've done in previous videos, which I love to do, because when you tuck the paper into the image, it gives it a quality of that belonged there and it was always meant to be there. Now the thing is that she is my focal point, but whatever she's going to be holding will also be the focal point. Is that scary or what? Probably won't make it into this, but I'm going to put it off to the side because maybe, I was also considering her maybe for another collage. Maybe I'll do another one today also. She could be holding a car. These are from Vintage Popular Mechanics. I was playing with those the other day. Maybe. Now we have a Wesson Oil ad from that Ladies Home Journal, and I've done that before. Yeah, it doesn't hurt doing it again. It's kind of like having a really nice pair of slacks that may look the same. You know, no one's going to know if you wore it more than once. You know, it's just less cleaning, and if it's a favorite pair of slacks and you buy two of them, you can keep them in your closet and no one's the wiser. So we can just do something like that again. I'll play with it and I'll see what works. So I'm just cutting out, obviously, this Wesson Oil can. And I was really surprised with the quality of this magazine paper. It is pretty sturdy for an old magazine, which is, I want to say it's nearing 100 years old, because I think it was from the 1930s. Really nice quality paper. Maybe. This is a maybe. So I like to do new things here and there with collage. So we'll see. Set these off to the side as well. And that might work. Now the thing is with the Wesson Oil, it's just not there's not a lot of contrast going on there. I could throw in these guys also. They're also oil. Kind of an oily thing going on here, a little oily theme. Let's see. Well, the nice thing is that the images, these graphic images, are nice and bright compared to her darker background. What I want to consider next, let me just set these guys free. I can always come and clean them up a little bit later. What I'm going to consider next is not cutting the purse free. As a matter of fact, I don't think I will, just because. Let's do this real quick. Yeah, that skull kind of matches, and again, I don't like being political. I don't know if that's what I'm saying here. I'll get to that in just a second. So what I want to do with this is I do not want to cut this purse out. We're going to simply give it an opportunity to be tucked in, everything. because if I cut the purse out, it will leave things kind of vulnerable, if you will. I'll go along her arm. And I'm going to try to imagine here on this portion of her arm, but we have the red purse going on. Okay, I'm just thinking out loud as I'm going here. This might be interesting too to tuck in. She's just holding different things. So I'm going to cut this, not super detailed at this point, just see if it would make for something interesting. Now it's going to have the red background because of the purse. That's something to consider. So a lot of different things that I may want to put in here. What's going to be interesting? What's going to be absurd? All that stuff. So yeah, the Wesson oil thing works pretty well. We can put that here. I can tuck this in here like this. That way we cover up more of that red purse. And then we have our oil, the Ricelan oil. Maybe just one. You can still see some of that purse. It's not a big deal. We raise it up a little bit. Okay, looks like we kind of take care of that. So this is an option. This is something we can do. I do like this skull, scary though it may be. What am I trying to say? I don't know. It's an absurd collage. That's all. That's what I'm trying to say. I want to be absurd today. Feeling very absurd. And I don't know why. But then again, collage is about absurdity. It's also about art, and it's about making a statement sometimes. We have to do that sometimes. Okay, now that's really scary looking. Let's tuck it in like that maybe? I don't know. Could be scary. Why is she holding those things? Don't know. Then we have this, and we have to consider her background. And we also have this going on here. However, what I can do is that the collage can stop there. I'm going to actually just go ahead and do that. I'm going to cut this free so we don't even see that. We won't have any red purse on here. Cut that loose. All the way across. Okay. And I think I am going to simply cut her out. I'm not going to worry about this little bit of space in between her arm and what is the wall here. Not necessary because I think our ephemera is going to cover it up. I do like this pink background. It is gorgeous, and I want to salvage it as much as I can. I'm wondering too, as I'm working on this, do I want to cut her features and put it on her new face, like the lips maybe? It won't hurt taking them off at this point because I'm going to cover the face with the Men of Mud masks. Just want to transform and alter things as much as possible. Okay, she's free. I want to hang on to this pink. I think it's hot, and I'm going to keep it. Okay. Now, which face do we want to use? She's got this gray hair. I'm going to go ahead and cut along the hairline. There we are. I'll show you why in just a second. Because I can tuck this guy's head in there. I'm going to cut his head free. Use my scissors because we can right now. It's a little obviously we're taking some artistic liberties here, but that's okay. You can do that in collage for sure. Okay. So I thought about something like this. It's not a great ear though. Doing something like this. I may have to cut a little more. Her head is connected to the neck part, so I could probably go ahead and cut all the way along here. Like this. Along those lines, that's where I'm headed. And I thought about cutting the lips out and putting them on this guy. Let's just go ahead and do that. Use the X-Acto for something like that. They kind of fit perfectly. May want to give this one a chance, see how this looks. I almost like that more. I want to cut him free. Just a little, it'll be a little awkward maybe, but not too much. Because of the way the head is shaped and the way that it's facing the picture plane. Get rid of that. That kind of stuff bugs me when you have just a little bit. I just want to clear it up. Okay. And I may end up, you know what, the hair looks like it's taking a natural curve right there. I'm going to go ahead and remove this part. How do her lips look on this guy? Tell me. Yeah. Flip it over. There's a lot of tedious cutting that I just did here, and it's not all perfect, but I like doing it, and I really love this glow of pink that is reflecting off of the metal. I'm going to continue doing it on this side. Yes, I could use the scissors, but for something like this, I do want to use my X-Acto. And what I'm doing is, it's kind of like a crisscross. They're triangular, these little threading on this, this tool of some sort. And I'm just making a cut along the slant of these triangular threads. And I'm just going in one direction, pulling it across. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. This is where it may get a little bit messy. This is just a technique I like to use. If it works for you, let me know in the comments if this is something that you've done. And I'm just coming back around and I'm cutting the opposite direction. The other side's already loose, so it should be easy enough to pull away, and it seems to be. And I use it when I have these types of designs and images that I'm playing with. It's a fairly clean way of freeing an image, so that came out pretty well. I'm glad with that. The downside is just a bunch of little pieces that are hard to clean up later. Let's finish this guy off. I like doing these delicate cuts, these detailed cuts, because for me, I feel that I have something that is really different and worthwhile than when I take all that time cutting something out and it looks like this, and this makes me happy. So I want to add it to whatever our person is holding here. I think we're going to stay with the skull. I thought about cutting the skull eyes out and putting in this watch. I could still do that, but I'm kind of reluctant. I don't want it to be too busy, but the reason being was it would just maybe generate a little bit more interest. Maybe. I kind of don't want to cut it out. What I'll do is the safest route, which is creating a flap, and that way if I don't like it, I'll still have the skull eye. So here we have a flap. I didn't cut it all the way out, and I can put my, yeah, that kind of looks cool, doesn't it? I can do this then. Does it still register as a skull? I don't know. I'll think about it, but we still have, and I can always tape this eye back on if I really feel strongly about it, because now we have definitely a delineation, a line that was created. Yeah, it did cut through and the ink is messed up now, but it's fine. I'm probably abandoning that Wesson oil. Yeah, the Wesson oil. It just isn't, it's just not interesting enough, so sorry, Wesson oil. But this Rissalon oil treatment I am keeping because of very nice contrast with the dark jacket and also with our skull. So that's why we'll keep it, and I can tuck the teeth in here. Like tucking the teeth in a little bit. And here is our oil. Then we have this tool. And I'm not sure how I want to situate the tool. And I'm not sure which side, because obviously I can't put both sides on here. But what I did realize is that it's long enough that it can extend to the bottom portion of our collage. Then I have this empty space up here. I could tuck in this other Rissalon, I think that's what it's called, oil can, and maybe put my watch right here. The watch is a little dark, so there's not a lot of contrast. I'm not sure if I want to do that. My skull is my focal point in this gathering. So I also removed my model's eyes and mouth, and I think I'm going to put them on here. I just put the eyes on the back of this for now, so with drafting tape, because I'm not sure how I want to put them on here. I definitely want them, I cut out the eyes on the Mudman mask so we could have the other eyes show through, and I did something like that. I really like the fact that the heads were about the same size, so we can play with this and really make it look absurd. I want to definitely use the lips. The lips are great. Here is a sunflower I delicately cut out when we were working with Stakeholder. I didn't use it. I also like this design. It almost has something of a quality of like a saint when I do something like this. I liked the sunflower. Oops, I don't want to lose these lips. I'm going to put them off to the side again. And the chin can be over it like this. And maybe put this sunflower kind of off to the side a little bit. Something like that maybe. We've got some yellow going on. And I think now we're nearing the end. She's got a lot going on, or he has a lot going on. And I want to think about my background again. So I'm going to go ahead and play with this a little bit more in time lapse and decide. Ooh, that looks good. I like that. I like how this tool is, it's glowing. So I like that look. So I think I'm going to play with this a little bit more in time lapse, glue things down, and put it on a different landscape. Well, if this is not absurd, I don't know what is. And if we didn't transform it enough, I don't know. I think it's kind of funny. So I'm going to play a little bit before we wrap it up with backgrounds. I like this. Do I want to use it? Is it enough? It's interesting. A little busy, I think, for our person. I had wanted to use this, but it's not going to happen today, as well as this. Not going to happen today. Liked them, but here we got a nice black and white background. Will that work? Because the jacket's a little dark, I'm not feeling it as much, so maybe not. Now I had some sky that I thought was kind of cool, and I set it off to the side. Where could it be? Not using any of this imagery today. So I'm just trying to find my bit of sky that I thought would look really good with this. There's this. This is different. Although the birds won't really make a difference. That's possible. Oh, here's my sky. This is what I was talking about. Yeah. I use sky quite a bit as backgrounds as a default. Nothing wrong with that. Not exactly crazy absurd, but then we got a lot of crazy absurd stuff going on here. I had wanted to use this, I thought, for one of my collages today, and it's just, no, it's too much, but it's definitely going to make its way into something soon. And here's some more rule areas. Let's give these a try. We've got so much going on here that you don't want a busy background. Ooh, there's another small one. I like this, maybe. This is a big maybe. Back to my steampunk. This also is an interesting possibility. And no beach. I don't think we want to do the beach. Although that's not bad either. Not bad. Not bad. Actually, this almost looks like they're sitting in the sand. Decisions, decisions, decisions. So many decisions that I may need to go to time lapse again and play with them for a minute. Best dilemma in the world to have. I don't know what background is going to be best. This one's good, but I think it's a little plain. But it's not bad. It's a nice simple background with some interest. I like it, and I like this one too. A smaller background. Does it work? Yeah, it kind of does. It's very interesting. I love this one. It promotes the glow, the yellow glow of our image. And this one too. A little bit busy maybe, and the coat gets a little lost, but it's not bad. And I like this also. Again, something natural generates interest and offers a really good contrast. So, decisions. What am I going to do? I would like to put each one of these to the test and ask you, dear viewer, to please tell me which one is your favorite. I will leave numbers for each background. Which one you think goes well with this very absurd, fun collage. And I had a great time working on this with you today. Please let me know in the comments which background you like best and why, or just which background you like best. I'll take that too. I thank you for your time, and I thank you for watching.